Get your fucking crusty feet off of me. Alright, what up, y'all? Today is Friday, August 25th. This is Still Diverted. I'm Malcolm.
I'm Ken.
And this is what we're talking about this week. So, today, yes, you go ahead. Ladies first. Ladies first.
Okay.
Do your fucking voice out.
So, Leah has a makeup line coming out. Dun, dun, dun. 2018. Are you ready for me?
Plus, does Amy Schumer think she should get paid as much as Chris Rock and Dave Chapelle? We'll talk about it.
The NYPD has been racially profiled for being blue. I'm sorry, but I don't get it.
It's as stupid as it sounds, but we'll talk about it. Plus, stay tuned for this week's Lady Sis. Let's do this! It's Still Diverted. Guess what today is?
My birthday!
No, it's Friday. And I'm ready to shine. Pick up my girls to hit the party shine. Yes, so Aaliyah, 16th anniversary. Today's the day of that fatal, I was gonna say car accident. Plane accident back in 2001.
The plane crash.
Plane crash. Do you remember where you at when you found out Aaliyah died?
I was in Florida.
Me too! Oh my god! Were you really?
In Orlando?
I mean, close to.
Where were you?
I was in a car. And it was some, it's so funny how radio works. I was going to say, it was some, random radio personality. And it probably could have been, Elvis Duran, but I just didn't know no better because I was, 7 years old. No, but I was, in a car, and they were, sing Aaliyah died, in a plane accident, this morning. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, I found out when I came back to New York.
Oh.
When my plane flew in.
Oh, okay.
I was a youngster at the time.
Yeah, well.
But I remember.
Anyway.
I remember AJ and Free talking about it. Yeah.
True. Yeah, so like we said, 16th anniversary of her death. It was just recently announced yesterday that MAC is doing a makeup line for Aaliyah. So it's going to be set to drop in 2018.
Summer.
Maybe, I don't know.
Summer 2018.
This just seems odd to me because I don't... I remember Aaliyah's beauty and, her makeup.
It did not have,
No, but I'm saying, like Selena. When Selena got her line,
Selena Analinos!
Selena was infamous for, that red lip. I don't remember Aaliyah having... not remember. She didn't have, a staple thing. They should have did, Swoop Bang. Because that would have been perfect for Aaliyah. But, Aaliyah never had, a makeup, a smoky eye or wingtip. There was nothing that was this is Aaliyah's makeup
I've ever seen Aaliyah wear was Rock the Boat, and she had on the orange eyeshadow, and then when she didn't she my Mama's point? They be and then you gotta go get your clothes, go pack. I don't know why.
Get this stuff up out the floor.
Get all this stuff out the floor.
Yeah. And Try Again? Because Try Again is the one I was thinking of. Try Again is the one where she has, the really smoky eye.
Yeah, and we need a resolution when she has a snake over her and she has,
smoky
smoky eye and she does have, a dark lip. But other than that, when I seen her in, Romeo Must Die or,
Queen of the Damned.
Queen of the Damned, she did have on darker makeup.
Well, that's a character, though, so that doesn't really count the greater picture of
But I don't know. I don't really care for Aaliyah's
You're not interested in buying it?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I don't know if she was alive.
Y'all can feel the same way. Yeah, right. And then speaking of alive, so the other random thing about the story for me was that Mac put up a post on their Instagram, but then Aaliyah's Twitter account tweeted basically this is coming soon. At first I was like, A, did not know Aaliyah had a Twitter account because she's not alive. But then also, it's not because the only dead person I can think of right now that still has an active Twitter is Joan Rivers. But that's because, Melissa tweets from it and Joan still sells clothes. And Joan was also alive when she was old. She was alive to be on Twitter. So the fact that Aaliyah was never even close to a Twitter account and they gave her one is just, a little odd to me. But
I couldn't even remember, Aaliyah having MySpace.
There was no MySpace. It was 2001. What are you talking about?
Stonex?
There was there was barely AIM. No! Nothing. Stonex.
That's interesting.
That's a very New York thing. Every time I bring up Stonex to down south people, they're what are you talking about?
Because they still use MySpace.
You've been coming for the South a lot on this show. Don't come for my country cousins. Anyway, moving on. So let's talk about your girl, Amy Schumer. So, Amy Schumer.
Girl?
Your girl.
That's your girl?
That's your girl, Amy Schumer. So, Amy Schumer has a new Netflix special coming out. Apparently, she has had one before that I don't remember, but apparently if you go through your Netflix suggest,
I heard it got 2
it's
stars.
probably there. Oh, really?
And she was super problematic.
That's embarrassing.
But I don't know anybody who's actually watched it. They just talked about her ratings.
Yeah. So, there's a story that came out earlier this week that Amy Schumer was apparently going to re-up for her contract because she was upset that she was not making as much money as Dave Chapelle and Chris Rock. So, Dave Chapelle and Chris Rock, excuse me, both made, I think it's $20 million. They made $20 million per Netflix special. And I think Dave did two. I think Dave and Chris did both of them doing two like a piece. So the story came out, capital F feminism, which is basically, white women feminism, was just like, oh, this is wrong with America today. We need to have the equal pay gap, and it's unfair that Amy Schumer will be making less
Black
than a
people
man.
are funnier.
Black people
it's
are.
It's not
yeah.
a gender thing.
If this was still diverted by like two white people that lived in like, Wichita, you wouldn't like this show. But black people pop it.
It's not. It has nothing to do with equal opportunity.
Yeah.
Miss Schumer.
Ms. Schumer.
You're not funny.
Right. So the capital F feminism girls got on Twitter and, cracked up their fingers to type in 140 characters. Yeah. And it boiled down to that Amy Schumer, A, is not as funny as Chris Rock and Dave Chapelle. She has not worked as hard as Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle. And for her first special, she made $11 million. You
lucky you got that much.
They made $20 million. So I'm like, okay, first of all, girl, you have been out half the time as these people. You were half as funny as these people.
And did half the work.
And did half the work.
You know how you got here.
So you got half the money. That's how math. You actually got more than half. They gave you an extra $1 million to be nice.
They gave you an extra 10%.
Right?
My G.
So,
imagine being a Tiffany Haddish trying to get $20 million in a game.
Right.
Girl, bye.
So, this, was a big firestorm on Twitter. Mm-hmm. So, Amy actually spoke out and she put up an Instagram post that had a little bit more than 140 characters than her, her fellow friends. And she says, ahem. Thanks for chiming in on what you feel I deserve to be paid.
She's a Gemini.
I believe women deserve equal pay. However, I don't believe I deserve equal pay to Chris and Dave. Those are legends and two of the greatest comics of all time. I would like to say that I have been selling out arenas for the last couple of years, something a female comic has never done. That's big to me, especially because I know I do my best every night on stage for the audience, and they have a good time. I didn't ask the same as my friends. I did ask for more than the initial offer. I will continue to work my ass off and be the best performer I can be. The reports of me insisting or demanding on equal pay to them aren't true. Aren't true? I guess aren't the truth. Whatever. Yeah, so like I said, so even though she claims and this is going to be like taking claims, because I'm going to, step out of the journalistic integrity world for a minute and just talk as, if we talking like kitchen table talk right now.
Which is so
she went in there and dropped these niggas' names. She did.
Right.
Like, I know.
How come so-and-so is getting paid so-and-so?
If you're going to be paid, and maybe not her, but definitely her manager and her agent was like, well, listen, if Dave and Chris are getting $20 million, Amy's a big deal. She has a Peabody Award. She has a show. First of all, the fact that Amy Schumer has a Peabody is ridiculous to me. But she has a Peabody, she has her big show on Comedy Central, and Amy's the one to watch. Like, she is the future of America. So, I say all this to say, even though Amy technically didn't, or in her words, didn't go in and, boss up against Chris and Dave.
Right.
This is a lesson in Equal Pay 101. That just because it is a woman on the other side of the tracks doesn't mean that she should automatically be paid the same as a man. Because talent and, and quality and all these other things don't matter. Because if I was putting on a show and you think I'm paying Beyonce the same amount I'm paying Omarion, you gotta be fucked up. So
there's this article that I'm just like catching up on at USA Today, and these two motherfuckers were giving their opinions because, we all have one.
Us? About this show?
Welcome to Secret. So Josh Rivera and Jillian Frankel says that Amy Schumer is not as funny as Dave Chappelle, nor does she bring in massive crowds like Chris Rock does. That may be true, but she still deserves more money than they do if she can get it. Asking to be paid according to their artistic value that Schumer believes she carries doesn't equate to having equal or greater talent than Chappelle or Rock.
Okay, fine. If that's the statement, then fine.
I'll be getting poppy.
But let me not say stories don't come out of nowhere, because I know how this entertainment industry works. I know how rumors are made and people just say stuff. But it just seems very convenient that, the guy that had Dave Chappelle, the highest viewed Netflix special of all time, is like in this conversation. It's like, girl, you haven't done half of what Dave has done. Like, what's that show? Inside Amy Schumer. Inside Amy Schumer is no Chappelle Show.
Right.
Not even Chappelle Show in his bad days, and there were no bad days. But if there were, it still wouldn't measure up. So
with going on into the article, they say
Yeah.
2 camps are already in place: people who believe she doesn't deserve a higher pay because of her work, versus people who cry sexism at the top of Sarah Lawrence College's highest tower. Do you know anything about Sarah Lawrence?
I know it's a very liberal school. I don't know if that's where Amy went, or I don't get that reference. But
anyway, they're like, let's get this settled. Imagine there's a clapping emoji after every word. Whatever. And look at the fucking nerve. These motherfuckers.
this is so. Oh my god, this is whiteness at a peak, y'all. This is wow.
They want to do this.
Yeah.
So they're like, whatever an artist demands for her work, that's what it costs. I'm just like,
This is why I wish Black Twitter was just a thing. Because that little clapping thing used to be so much fun before white people knew about it. Because even just seeing white
everything
hands
is
clapping
more
in
fun
between those
before white
words,
people
this is true.
know about it.
But every time I see white hands, clapping in between words, I'd be like, this just don't look right. It don't look right. It's
That's
not right.
even used.
It's not even right.
That's not even used.
Not even right. Like, it's not right. Like, what's wrong with you? But it's whatever. It's whatever.
Yeah, like Amy Schumer, you making the money. You want to be a Dave
You
Chapelle.
making the money.
You want to be a Chris Rock, but you're not. That's it, mommy.
Yeah.
That's it.
So,
I don't know. Like, I've never been to a Tiffany Haddish show. I've never been to.
she has a Netflix special out, which I haven't seen, but I heard mixed reviews about it. But I do want to give it a shot because she makes me laugh. Like,
Does she really?
She cracks me up. She was on. Well, first she was on Jimmy Kimmel. You ever seen a story when she was on Jimmy Kimmel a couple of weeks ago, and she was talking about how her Will and Jada went on a swamp thing, like on a Groupon.
I did see that.
And Jada Pinkett was like, "The fuck is a Groupon?" And she was like, it's like when you buy something for cheap and get a lot of value for it.
Yeah.
And Jada was like, "Oh, I thought it was like a group you take. I thought you had a boat where you take a group of people on." Anyway, I'm no comedian, so go find the clip.
She was definitely on the show, on a late night show. What did you say it was?
She was on Kimmel. She was also on Colbert, which was, I think, funny. I can see how people could think she's problematic. Because anytime a black woman is sometimes either like too expressive or too willing to talk sexually, it's like she's a coon. She's a whore, and it's just like Amy Schumer gets up here and tells dick and her pussy jokes every single week, and y'all let her rock. And they're not even funny.
$11 million.
And they're not even funny jokes. Like, I've
try
seen
to give
Amy
her
Schumer
$20
live
million.
before. It's not funny, but
I feel like there was a time in my life before I realized how problematic Amy Schumer was, or before I realized how woke I become. Like,
maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of both.
I used to like Amy.
Oh.
I used to like Amy, yeah. I did.
Wow.
I did, but then I was like, bitch, you got problems.
But then you met me and you got some class in your life.
You
appreciated real talent, You're like the Moniques of the world.
The one, the Sykes, the Whoopi Goldbergs, the Samoas.
On the Sykes sometimes. All right, anyway, let's move on. So
she is low key.
No, she's problematic.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Anyway, do your Googles if you missed that story.
Yeah. She married a white woman too.
And she did. And
I got a problem with that.
No, me neither. But then when she talked about the reason why she said she married a white woman is that so she wouldn't have to do. Oh, sorry. I think the surrogate of the kids were white. She was like, so I don't have to do no black baby's hair. And I said, oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. That's how you feel.
I'm ready when you ready.
Moving on. So, if you thought that comment about blackness was bad, it's about to get worse because blue lives actually do matter apparently. So,
blue lives matter. This is just. Okay.
So the NYPD released a video the other day on YouTube, and they're talking about blue racism. So,
are we gonna watch it?
Yeah, let's roll the track.
Oh baby, let's roll the track.
This is 3 minutes, but we'll try to get through most of this.
Oh God.
Let's watch together.
What do you see? Son? Daughter, mother, father, aunt, uncle or cousin, neighbor, coach, member of your church
majority of these
congregation,
people are men.
community
This is true.
volunteer.
I see a bunch of men.
A lot of men.
The average
Lots of
person
men.
doesn't see those things that make me human. Swore an oath to uphold the Constitution of my country, my state,
Everybody
my
here is
city.
white.
So help
Everybody here is white.
Everybody.
The Caucasity.
Such
The
numbers,
Caucasity of-
I'm
the Caucasity
a
of it all.
minority, as this strange form of racism continues to engulf.
Strange form. Pause. Wait. Hold up. My nigga said a strange form. Like it's some sort of DNA.
Right?
That was just
like a new strand of racism. Like, oh, we ain't never seen this. When it was the North versus the South, this strand of racism was not here. But, they imported it from Africa.
My nigga, what? Okay.
This is wild problematic.
The 25-year-old Army vet fast-tracked his attack plans to target cops.
Don't be afraid of me. Be afraid of everybody. What do we do? Stand up like that.
I don't remember chanting that.
Tonight, a community cries together, mourning the loss of an NYPD officer and single mother shot and killed at the start of her overnight shift in the Bronx.
Officer Familia was sitting in the passenger seat when she was shot in the head.
Because
I just want to say in the beginning, there were no black women.
Oh, there was the one. There was one that had a little, what's that called? Like a curl? Not a curl. It's called a curl. That fucking face.
Don't try to use the sister that died, rest in peace, as your fucking token.
As your bait,
these white motherfuckers ain't getting killed, clearly.
Yeah.
Like how these sisters and brothers are in that uniform.
Yeah.
Continue, Blue Lives Matter.
in spite of broad brush attacks, generalizations, and assumptions by college professors, politicians, community activists, merchants, and violence from people who I am committed to serving.
Like, my nigga, you tight? Because you can't get a fucking
At Dunkin' Donuts. Like,
change your job!
I'm gonna get my bow tie now. Like, what about my custard cream filled? It's just like...
Go to Krispy Kreme.
Go to Krispy Kreme.
Go to Chick-fil-A. Get you a
Yeah.
milkshake. They love cops.
And they align with y'all views. So, like...
Come on now.
And in spite of being afraid...
Like, that's your biggest problem. Hold on. I'm sorry, brother. But that is your biggest...
And another thing!
That is your problem, my brother and sister. Like, that you can't get a donut.
Brother, sister. Make sure you hit them all. So we know who the fuck we talking to.
No, that's the problem now. Because they want to hit them R's when they say nigger. And they want to be out here shooting niggas and shit.
protect. I too have dreams, aspirations, and a job to do.
Herbs.
Surely we haven't lost the ability to
Who walks around? Listen, I get it. They did a lot with that clip. Alright, I get it. It'd be cold in the little butcher section. If you ever go to Western Beef, the back room is a meat locker. It's cold as shit in there. Why he walking around looking like a Black Clans member? Like, with that hoodie on. Like, that pointed at the top. Y'all not low. We peep what y'all doing. We peep. Y'all not low.
lives. Surely we haven't lost our ability for civil discourse grounded in mutual respect.
No! These niggas
They are not about to use
put Martin Luther King, you damn
Martin
video.
Luther the King.
How dare you
Please,
embed my brother in your dumbass video as if he wasn't alive
We gotta roll.
today.
Because I want to see what they're about to do with this.
I remain committed to our community. Can you see me for who I really am?
A white person. John Pappas.
So one more thing about this Martin Luther King quote. Read the quote for the class, Miss Fredericks.
I have a dream
I have a dream that one day...
that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they not be judged by their color, but by the content of their character.
Now, I don't know a whole lot of fucking history, but I know for damn sure that is not that quote. The quote is, I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they would not be judged by the color of their skin, but the content of their character. That ain't the quote. Mark was not talking about, purple markers versus, yellow Cheetos. That's not what he was talking about. This was a very specific thing about the color of somebody's skin. So,
oh, wait. I have a dream. Speech.
come on, receipts it.
Come on.
Let's get these receipts together.
Beep, beep, beep. PDF. They didn't have that in the 70s and 60s. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but the content of their character.
The content of what?
The content of their character.
Of what?
The content of their character.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought.
How you took out the fucking skin part in your
Color
video?
of their skin.
No, we have to... Okay. I'm going to comment on that video later.
Anyway, so
Just be a troll, right?
Yeah. So there were 2 things that jumped out to me, as I was listening to this. I watched this earlier. I took some notes because I'm a great student. One of the officers says that I'm afraid to say in my private life that I am blue for fear of physical injury, death, or the safety of my loved ones.
You know you could get another job, right?
You know we can't take this off, right? Like, imagine if you felt fear all the time for just being black, and you could never go home, and you like when you walk around Target, you can't just be like, you know, a regular person. Like we were always in uniform. So, not saying you always have to be in uniform, because you're right, that is your job. This is your job. Now this is gonna be very problematic. I'm gonna try to, you know, handle this with, you know, soft, you know, care gloves and hands or whatever the people say.
Do what you gotta do.
But the reason why all of this stuff, you know, is happening, all this retaliation, all of this, you know, open season on cops, is because it's been open season on black people for like the past 400 years. It just got to the point now where people are fed the fuck up. So, while I'm not agreeing with fighting violence with violence, you have to look at, you know, the initial aggressor of the situation. You have to look to see who is talking to who's faced with a bullhorn, and then who got tugged down by their weave on part 3 of the reunion. You know? These things matter. So, when it comes to all of that, again, this is not right. It's not okay, but you're going to make it anyway. Realize how you got here. That's all I'm saying. Realize how you got here.
Right. I think with the cops, what we are starting to acknowledge is that as a cop, you have to fill a quota. You have to. It is your job. It is your duty. That is your job.
Shoot some people, give out some tickets.
You're not protecting people. You're not here serving people. You're making sure that you have to arrest a certain amount of people by the end of the month.
Yep.
You're making sure that those reviews go through,
yep,
and that your shit is popping so you can get your bonus. It's about money. It's about monetary value that you're clearly not getting somewhere outside of the NYPD or the police force, so you had to find it here, and this is what you're going to do moving forward with your life. Now, if somebody could argue with me, please do, because I don't know that much about the police force except for police brutality. I don't know anything about police outside of police brutality. So, you know, bring me your knowledge.
Yeah.
Other than that, like, why do white people try so hard? I don't even get it. And yes, there are people of color who are in the police force, but the majority of people of color that are in the police force that I know, they do it for money.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they're not...
Because it's a job.
It's a job.
Most people do
like,
things for money.
People
like,
are like...
That's kind of how, you know, America's set up.
Like, it's not like...
You gotta feed your kids.
I'm not trying to... They're not trying to be out here killing people. I'm saying the people, like, I've experienced.
Yeah.
They're not out here trying to kill people. Yeah, they're standing on the block because they heard that something happened, like, 3-4 weeks ago, so now they gotta... This is what they're gonna do during their shift.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then they gotta leave at 8 o'clock. That's it. Like, they're doing it for the money.
Yeah, so...
But all these other instances... It's a whole different stories, and I think this white dude is just trying it with it. And then the fact that the YouTube name is NYPD Sergeants Benevolent Association, that just implies that NYPD ain't so fucking benevolent, my nigga. What the fuck? Like,
I mean, when you put it like that,
like how you like, you're just indicating that you guys aren't good people.
Yeah.
That you guys,
you're a mean girl, NYPD. You're a bitch.
Like, anytime you have to be like, the nice girls club, you're like, okay, so the rest of the girls are not fucking nice.
Right.
But we are the nice
We're
girls.
the nice ones.
Like, what? Like,
promise.
Scout's honor.
Right. So, a couple more things I just want to hit on before we move on from this, before we really start beating a completely dead horse. So another person, another one of these little people in the video said that...
one of these little people.
Right. Because I am blue, increasingly I am vilified. I am still a minority as this strange form of racism continues to engulf the country. Now, my whole thing is, and like you've kind of said already, like cops aren't oppressed. Like, you know, when you enroll your kids in school, there's nobody standing outside the school like chanting, like, no pig babies can attend this school.
Right.
Like, y'all, it's not like that. Like, it's really not like that at all. And again, just to take this down to a very root, the roots of the roots.
I ain't got that much here. You
Right.
understand, bro.
But you can still... I don't have no roots. Nigga. I have scalp. Like, you can't... I can't even catch this. Like, even if I want to get box braids, they're like, no, sweetie. What am I talking about? Yes, racism. To bring it down...
Racism!
Favorite topic here.
My girl.
To bring it down to the root of the word,
yeah.
For there to be racism, there has to be two things. An oppressed group of people, as we've said before, the oppressor, the oppressed, and race. There's no race in this picture. Like,
nope. There's
no race. It's just the shirt you put on. Right now, you're part of Green Lives Matter.
Hey,
I'm
sis.
still a part of Black Lives Matter because I care. That's why I dress like this today. But yeah, it's not. It's just not. That's it. It's not. Moving on.
Moving on. Keep on moving, don't stop. No, keep on moving.
It was mad shaky.
Keep on moving, don't stop.
Like that video of Kanye dancing.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's jump into this week's Lay Sis. So first, we will celebrate a specific person. But just shout out to Black Girls Rock in general. That whole organization. Did you see the show?
Not at all.
It was so good.
I saw you tweeting it.
You know, my girl Issa Rae was up there. You know, long live for Issa. I had a dream about Issa the other night. I will share it another time if you remind me, because it was no, not like that at all.
No.
Really quickly. All right, so I'll
like
share it
that.
right now because it's whatever. And this is only once a week, and I know by the time we get to next Friday, I'm not going to remember. So I had a dream on Sunday. So Sunday I came home, watched Insecure at like 4 a.m. because that's the time I got home.
Yeah.
I'm grown and it's summertime. No, but watched Insecure at like 4 a.m. Fell asleep, of course, soon after because 4 a.m. And I had a dream that I was a bunch of places, but somehow I ended up in Issa Rae's hotel room, like while she was in New York. And can you stop fucking writing YouTube captions during the show, my nigga?
Okay, got
like, damn.
Why'd you scare me, Jesus?
Like, I know how professors feel. Just like, click, 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 click. I'm like, I can't even focus.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, so I had a dream that ended up in Issa Rae's hotel room. And somehow we were just like, like talking back and forth. And I was just telling her how much alike we were. But because she's so sweet, she was like, oh, okay. Like, that's great. Like, that's good to hear. But then, so that was like, Sunday night. So then on Tuesday, I was on Instagram. And Tuesday all day, I was like, damn, I need to write. I need to get some writing done. Like, I haven't written in a long time. So all day Tuesday, I was trying to figure out time to write. Never got it done. I go on Issa's Instagram story. And she was talking about, I was walking around New York City today trying to find a place to write. And I'm just back in my hotel room writing. I was like, that was God talking to me. God is like, you need to start writing more. Like, the fact that, like, I played that whole thing. Well, I didn't play it out. But the fact that whole thing played out in my head in a dream. Yo. Click, 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 click. This weekend.
So now you're starting to write. You're going to write more.
I'm going to try.
What are you going to write?
About just this bitch-ass show that I hate. It's going to be called Satan Sisters. And I'm going to get it picked up on VH1. It's going to be called Daytime Divas. No one's ever done that before. It's been done before.
Okay.
Yes, I know you're so lost. You're like, I don't even watch VH1. What's VH1? Did this still show Flavor of Love?
I've definitely heard of Daytime Divas before. That's why I was like, wait, I think they have that already.
Right. Anyway, but yes, I say all that shit. Shout out to all of the amazing black women that were at Black Girls Rock. Black Girls Rock is partially...
This is how I rock.
I don't know if this is why I rock.
I don't think I'm going to watch.
This is
why I rock. It's definitely how I'm a black girl. Thank you.
As if.
I want to go to Black Girls Rock.
It was in Jersey. You could have went
next year.
But yeah, so
next year.
Black Girls Rock is really part of the reason why this whole segment exists in the first place. I'm like, yes, let's celebrate black women every day of the week or every once a week, but you get what I'm saying. Anyway, so unfortunately, sometimes the celebratory moments go from really good things to sometimes really bad things. So this is one of those bad moments. We're still going to highlight this young woman. So this is a trans woman by the name of Kiwi Herring. And this past week, she was shot by the police in St. Louis, Missouri. So the police were called to her house for a domestic violence disturbance. And police say they found Kiwi with multiple slash marks, I guess on her body and on her face. And she was holding a large kitchen knife next to her wounded spouse. So the police claimed that Kiwi slashed at an officer, which led to the officer then shooting back and ultimately killing Kiwi. Her family has since come out and said this is very unlike her and her, I guess, I'll just say her spouse because I don't want to, screw this up, in general. But this is not like her or her spouse. They had three kids. She had 3 kids with her spouse. And, it's just a really unfortunate story. So aside from killing her, when obviously there are many ways of restraint where she clearly did not have to die. In the initial police reports, they actually misgendered Kiwi. So I guess they called her a he instead of a she. Mm-hmm. And there's been a long history between, black people, mainly, I don't want to say mainly, but black people, not excluding black trans people who have had a very tumultuous relationship with the police in America, and same in St. Louis. So, just shout out to Kiwi, girl, we will say your name, we will sing your praises, and it's just fucked up. And this is why I feel like even that whole thing we were talking about a couple of weeks ago with Duval, like, it goes bigger than just, like, sleeping with these people and, being up in these people's beds and, all that, like, trivial shit. But it's just, like, the way trans people get attacked and targeted by the police, especially if you're a trans person of color, it's, like, so much. And it's just ridiculous. So, shout out to Kiwi. I think she's, like, the 18th black trans woman to die this year. So,
And it's always...
Yeah.
We talked about this before, but it's always, like, for dumb shit.
For nothing, yeah.
Like, like they didn't rob anybody.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't step on somebody's lawn, even though that's not a reason to get killed.
Yeah.
But we know some of y'all out there.
And even in this story where there is so much happening, like, it's like, ideally, like, going after the officer with the knife, but I don't remember what I was watching, but I was watching something the other day. Oh, the other day is like months ago, clearly. But something a while ago, and I forgot what it... I think a guy pulled out a gun on a police officer, clearly a white guy. And I think he was, like, in his van. I wish I could remember it better. But ultimately, there was a story about this white guy that had basically, like, pulled out a gun at the police. And they were kind of just like, oh, we spoke about it here on the show. There was a guy, I think he locked himself in the house. And this was the same week that I think, like, Philando Castile. It was, like, during that time.
What happened?
But basically, like, there was this white guy that, like, I think he had, like, locked himself in his house after committing a crime. And he pulled out a gun on the police officers. But the police officers, of course, didn't kill him. They just found the best way to, like, restrain him. It's just so much. It's just so fucking much, man. But, shout out to Kiwi. Yeah. So, let's lighten this up. Shout out to the lady that won the lottery today. Or yesterday. You know about that lady? So, there's this woman in, I think, Massachusetts.
I literally come to this show to learn things. Because...
You're welcome. I think there's this woman in Massachusetts. And I forgot. She won some crazy amount. But, like, however much she won, she has more money now in her net worth. They did it on TMZ yesterday, but like than Beyonce, than like
wait, what?
Her like so the amount of money that she won for the jackpot is more than like Beyonce's net worth,
How?
Kanye's net worth,
How?
because she won like millions of dollars.
She's
like
millions
of
Is
dollars.
she getting it in increments?
I don't know how the lottery works, but I know there's a curse coming. You ever see that show Lottery Curse on TLC? It's real. I never want to win the lottery because people be dying. People be like, oh, my heart fell out my throat. They'd be like, bitch, what? There'd be crazy stuff happening
I think I've heard
when they
that
win the
before.
lottery. Yeah, so
I think that only happens because there's certain
called the lottery
checkpoints
curse,
that you just skip. Like, people work hard for their shit, and they're kind of used to this process of like, okay, I'm sleeping on the floor, now I'm sleeping on the futon, now I'm sleeping on the bed, and now I'm sleeping on a California king bed. Like, my life has changed completely. But as soon as you're like sleeping in a box, and now you're sleeping in fucking Beverly Hills 5-star hotel penthouse, it's
penthouse.
It's like, bitch, where? How?
Yeah.
So of course that level, like psychologically,
yeah,
I would be a little fucked up too if I just got it all in one night.
But you know what it is to get it all in one night?
That's not how it's supposed to work.
Right? But to get it all in one night and handle it, that's growth. That's growth. Yeah, so shout out to her, she already said she's quitting her job. Well, she already quit her job, like, as I would have too.
Since she gotta put in here 2 weeks, she not gonna do the 2 weeks.
Fuck her 2 weeks.
What if they gonna have a party for her?
And she like mad old. She like in her 60s. Not mad old. Let me say 60s old, but
she got grandkids?
This money gonna ride out for the rest of her life.
She got grandkids?
I don't know. But she is single though, so... what's good, Ma? Holla at me. You can slide in my DMs at _Hey Malcolm,
DK.
I'm generally not with that straight shit, but you seem mad cool, Ma. So,
you can hit me up on my Twitter.
On my Twitter. She's like, what's a Twitter?
At Ken Mirror, you know what I'm saying? My shape up is type fresh.
It's type fresh.
Call a kid.
You got a strap on in your bag.
Hey, yo, that's gay.
Studs United.
That's gay.
Studs United will never be defeated. There be some fine ass studs out here. We gotta go.
No.
All right.
But wait.
Like.
Can we talk about this?
Yeah, come on, quickly, briefly. 30 seconds. We gotta go. Show's been long enough already.
So, like, okay, so imagine, like, being in the Bronx, whatever, you at the corner store, and then some stud try to kick it to you. Like, girl, chill. Like, you bad. Like, I'm real switchy. Sometimes I'm super femmy. Sometimes I'm super, like, masky. I don't know what to call it because I don't want to offend nobody.
We just call them studs.
I'm still learning.
You could be masculine or
sometimes I'm femmy and sometimes I'm like steady.
Yeah, steady.
Sometimes I'm both. Like
you have never been steady a day in your life, girl.
I've been low key steady.
Wearing sweat does not make you steady.
Okay.
So I didn't wear no makeup. I'm a stud. Like, you were just a person. Anyway, we're getting out of here.
Bye, you fine ass stud.
So you can get at her if you
Grandma's
if you're
studs.
right, if you're a fun stud, get at her at Ken Mira. You can follow me at _Hey Malcolm. Make sure you follow this show on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Still Diverted.
Oh my god, I have a secret. Can I tell it?
Hit the subscribe button in the corner, and yes, tell your secret and let's get out of here.
Okay, so tell me one time. So over the week, my coworker went into my computer and tried to order something on Amazon, and she was telling me how one time she was on her dad's account on the Amazon, and she found out that her dad was ordering a strap-on. Mind you,
goodbye.
Parents
bye.
Together.
I'm leaving.
Wife
Okay. This
and
was
husband.
Great. Okay, bye.
You said strap-on, so that's what made me think about it. And I've never seen a strap-on in person.